To the October the 19th, week 7 stand-up video for Gray Area. As usual, we're going to go around, talk about what we worked on since we last met, what we're going to be working on today, any roadblocks to that. So, you go ahead and start, Saul.
I'm Kayla, I'm a storyboard artist. Since our last meeting, I've been working on subtitles and setting that up, and I shall be continuing that today. There's nothing impeding me on that.
Garrett, motion capture. This week I've been I've been cleaning some uncleaned motion capture data today. Hopefully getting the head jittering thing done. If not, I'm just gonna continue and retarget and start editing the stuff I haven't done yet, mainly the telekinesis.
I'm one of the interns, Jeff. Currently I've been going into substance designer more and more, get more material presets for the debris, the other stuff populated around the crash site. Currently right now I have one smart material preset, but I can modify it in Painter, and the results are looking good.
Alright, Devin Garrett, programmer. This past week I've been familiarizing myself with the plans for the AI states as well as the currently existing AI code. And then today and this upcoming week I'm going to be working on implementing that. Only thing that's currently standing in my way is just not having a huge amount of experience with AI, but I will be doing my best to learn and resolve that issue.
And make sure to reach out to Charles and talk to him about it as well.
Marcos, our intern. This week I was working on textures as well as unwrapping a truck model. Next week today I'm going to be continue working on the truck, but actually I don't have anything planned yet. But today I'm going to work on the truck. The only thing standing in my way is that I will be gone part of the weekend due to family matters. And that's it.
I'm Kelowna. I am one of the level designers, and what I've done so far is work with the ranch in the new Gaia update. And today I'll be still working on that because there's a lot of the terrain that has to be set so they can fit perfectly with the ranch setting, because it's right now the layout of the ranch is used to how it was before. So now I gotta change the terrain and edit to where it's, or just edit the fences how they are in the ranch so everything looks better.
My name is Travis. I'm a level designer. Last week I was working with the spawners, getting things set up for that, getting all the terrain set up, and getting all the grids set up in the build. This week I'll be working with the spawn. I'm gonna actually finish up the crash site, do the spawners, everything's set up for that. Then edit the terrain when it needs to be, and nothing's really standing in my way.
Make sure you and Kelowna work together on when you're welding the edges of the terrain, so that way don't weld on his terrain tile, so that way he can weld it on his, and so that way we can use his for that terrain tile and then the rest for yours when we merge those together.
Okay.
I'm Donald Shepis, I'm the team lead. I've updated Axosoft to represent our new milestone for this upcoming sprint. I've also been doing some work with some of the other leads to set up what we're going to be doing next Friday, which is going to be the Trick or Treat event as well as the Sunshine Acres playtest. So from like 3 o'clock to 4:30, we're going to have stations set up around all of the areas where the teams work, and people are going to be able to go around and essentially trick or treat, visit with the other teams, just kind of make it a social event. We're encouraging people to wear costumes. If they have kids, bring them in their costumes. And that's going to dovetail right into the start of the Sunshine Acres playtest, which is going to start at 4:30 and go until 5:30. And basically, or it's going to start at 4 and go until 5:30? One of the two. I'd have to look at the email. Yeah, because I remember I was surprised it was 90 minutes and not an hour. But so that we're going to have kids from the Sunshine Acres Youth Home coming out. It's going to be 5 to 10 kids. It's usually a pretty varied age range group from like 9 to 10-year-olds all the way up to 17, 18-year-old teenagers. And so they're just going to get an opportunity to play test all of the games. And since we're already going to be doing the trick or treat event, I think that's essentially going to get extended throughout the Sunshine Acres event. So maybe the kids will be showing up in costume and coming around and trick or treating and whatnot. I got to send a few follow up emails about that. What I'm going to be working on today is I'm going to. I also worked on onboarding our new online programmer, Carissa. And then what I'm going to be working on today is I'm going to be setting up the documentation for how our disguise system is going to work, since she's going to be working on that, as well as, what was the other thing that needed some, it'll probably consist of me talking to Devin and Carissa and figure out what documentation you guys need, so that way you can build the systems. I feel like there was something that we needed documentation for that was a later task in the sprint, but I can't remember off the top of my head what that was, so we'll have to talk about it. For people that aren't here, Jessica is continuing to work on the particle effects for the crash site. So that's going to include, I think the next one, she's either working, I think she's working on them pretty much simultaneously, but doing the pooling coolant as well as the fire effects. So that way we can have fire effects that Travis can actually scale and not be weird and unscalable for no reason. Thank you, Asset Pack. So Raina is continuing work on the horse and the dog for the ranch scene. She's getting the right now the horse situated at the right number of polys, so that way we're not exploding our performance.
Who's gonna get into the suit for the dog and the horse?
We're gonna hand mocap, or we're gonna hand animate those. I'm not about that. And then there's Kylie, who's out sick today, and she's continuing work on the kind of miscellaneous props that'll be used both in the crash site for the cleanup crew that's going to be sent there, as well as when we start working on the airstrip. That's going to be a lot of assets that goes there, and you'll probably be able to hear this the background of this video, the Slack attack that's happening. I can't wait to read what sounds like 40 messages.
There's about 24 right now.
24, okay.
25.
So yeah, that's pretty much it for this stand-up. We're looking forward to the playtest next week, and moving on from there.
If anyone curses, they will be BM.
Yes.